Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We are back on the free to play. Today's video is going to be a bit of an update about the account, but there isn't that much to talk about. So I do want to give you guys some tips and advice on how to prepare for Clan v Clan tomorrow. So if we take a quick look, nothing too much has changed on the account. I haven't leveled any of the new legendaries that I pulled. I did pull a couple Void legendaries. If you want to check those, I mean, I can just tell you who I got. But if you want to see my reaction to pulling them, which was quite awesome, I recommend taking a look at the VOD or the video that I uploaded from it. But I did pull Supreme Elhain and Constantine. Now, I am a little torn still as to who I should level. I've seen a couple comments talk about William Sun Wukong. You don't need these guys. First of all, 3v3 tag team arena is a thing. Second of all, live arena is a thing. And sometimes you need somebody else, you know? But also, if you look at my current regular arena team, I have a key left. Let's find an easy team. Here we go. So it's a speed team, and I'm using Armands to just lock them down. I'm not bringing decreased defense. I am aware of this. That might be a better option if I had a better nuker. Unfortunately, I don't. And I also don't have the gear to put Sun Wukong in the proper ignore defense type gear. So I am at a bit of a disadvantage. So what I've done to increase my odds of winning is added a second DPS. That is, or second nuker. That right now is Yukari. Why did I go Yukari? Because he's the right affinity. He's void affinity. I didn't want to do Yannica because she's another spirit affinity. I didn't want to do two spirit affinities because if I go up against a magic affinity, I'm at a disadvantage, right? So I liked the fact that Yukari was void, but he doesn't hit as hard. Certainly not as hard as Supreme Elhain or Constantine will, right? But this is the team. Now, I am actually going to go second here because of Hegemon. Oh. And looks like Armands got locked out. But you'll see Sun Wukong didn't clear everybody there, right? Which is a big deal. You know, if you're not able to wipe the whole team, it can be a pretty big problem. So, and again, the ideal solution is, oh, we'll build your Sun Wukong right. And that's much easier said than done. You know, I'm limited by the resources on my account, which is probably much younger than some others. And I don't want to make certain sacrifices to his kit, because I do also use him in Hydra. And I don't want to make certain sacrifices. He's already pretty slow. I don't want to make certain sacrifices that would result in him being even slower and not doing as much damage or not being able to do what I need him to do as far as placing a block buffs on Hydra. So Yukari has been doing a really good job for me, but I highly suspect that Supreme Elhain and Constantine will do more damage. Now, there's a couple of different factors to consider. Supreme Elhain has a very heavy single target attack that does ignore ally protect, strengthen, and shield. That will be really good for countering certain champions that I might face at this level, which would be things like none of what is here. So that actually leads into my point. I don't face those champions that much. So the champions that she's meant to beat is kind of Necrit, right? Ally protect, shield, strengthen, that type of stuff. I don't run into that much yet. I will eventually, but right now I'm not running into it. However, there is a part of her kit, which is the mechanic where she inflicts 20% more damage against targets whose attack is lower than this champion's attack. So it would benefit me. My gear is a little stronger in the... If I can find it. The Cruel. I've got a little bit stronger Cruel gear So like if I filter right now just by crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent, I've already got 2 pieces of Cruel right there ready to go. But if I leave those same filters on and do Savage, only 1 piece meets that criteria. If I take off the attack percent, this is all the crit rate, crit damage gear that I have. But I give up quite a bit of attack to do that. So it does look like I have a lot, but also bad rolls. Double flat stat rolls here. In fact, I probably should sell that piece, to be honest. Here we've got 1 into crit rate. Good crit damage here. Accuracy. So that maybe I should take a look and see if I'm able to rebuild my Sun Wukong in better Savage gear. However, I do know what I have when it comes to Cruel. And I've got quite a bit of Cruel gear, which is really good, which is slightly better, I would say, for Supreme Elhaine because you get that plus 15% attack. You ignore much less defense, but you do get that increased attack, which would give her the 20% damage boost. As for Constantine, Constantine has a built-in ignore mechanic. The same kind of cooldown reduction that Supreme Elhaine has. Petty. And then extra hit on the A1. She has a built-in 2 times hitter on the A1. But I do like this a lot. So enemies from Undead Horde, Demon Spawn, and Night Rev killed by this champion cannot be revived. So if we go back and look at this is just a random average arena that I would be fighting. Demon Spawn. Undead. I think I missed him earlier, but Mashaled, yeah. Undead. I think Undead? Is Hegemon Knight's Rev or Demon Spawn? Knight's Rev makes sense. Yeah. So, Knight's Rev. Right there. So, there is that possibility that I could prevent people from getting revived. Which I like about the kit. There's also built-in ignore mechanic in the kit, which is only 10% likely, and I'm not bringing a decreased defense, so this may not even be a factor if I'm being completely honest, because I have a higher win percentage bringing Armands than I do bringing a decreased defense champion right now. So I'm really torn between the two. It feels like Supreme Elhaine might be easier to gear, but Constantine might be better in the long run. So it is a little hard to say. I will say I'm not getting full use of Constantine I'm not getting full use of his kit without Vlad, which is his partner champion. Where Supreme Elhaine, I'm getting full use. I just think her kit is under evolved. So it is difficult to say. I'm still unsure. Some of you let me know, when I pulled them, but I want to reiterate that I would love any insight that you guys have. Again, mentioning we have Sun Wukong. Yes, I have Sun Wukong. I need to fix his build. Because he's just not viable right now in the current build. Or sorry, he is viable, but he's not doing what he should be doing. He's not nearly ignoring enough defense. And the other tricky thing about these guys versus these guys is I would not build accuracy on them. I would just go for damage, which will give me an easier time building them versus needing the accuracy. I considered almost not doing accuracy for Yakarl, but his freeze is actually becoming in handy because I'm not able to kill them with Sun Wukong. And the argument is, well, swap out take the accuracy off Sun Wukong and build him for nukes. Great suggestion, but I need him to have accuracy for Hydra. He's my only block debuffer right now. So I have to prioritize what's important on my account. Also, there is still the chance that Sun Wukong will weak hit somebody. And I don't have to worry about that when it comes to the Void nukers. So while Sun Wukong is amazing, these are still an upgrade, technically speaking. Perhaps I build both of them. And we just use them that way. Constantine, I want to build him because he looks so freaking cool, if I'm being honest with you guys. And I have Supreme Elhain, and her kit, even when it's in use, she just looks like she's doing the same damage. Or she just looks like an Elhain doing damage. Like Constantine, I don't know what he looks like when I use his abilities, but he does look so freaking cool. So, yeah, like I said, that's really weird to me. I just don't get why it's taking so long to do. Like, it just keeps decreasing, this number. I've never seen it just keep going until, like... I've seen it do it for, like, a couple of numbers, right? But I guess, what did I do? I went from Yakarl, where it did it all the way up, and it just really slowly went down. No, okay, there, it went fast that time. I don't know what it was. Maybe because I swapped between two people. Oh, maybe, was I going back and forth between these two? Is that how I made it happen? Yeah, that's how I did it. Oh, that's cool. All right. Anyways, so we got to figure that part out, and I'll make a decision on that soon. In the meantime, Clan v Clan is tomorrow. This is your reminder. I'm actually recording this video earlier, and I'm going to release it earlier. I try to release these later on in the evening, to be honest, because that's what I used to release my videos, but I'm going to release this one before reset for a change today, because this is your reminder to not use your Tag Team Arena, your Iron Twins, and your Faction Wars resources. Do not use them after reset tonight, because those are really, really good Clan v Clan points, and you don't want to waste them, because if you were to do at reset tonight before Clan v Clan goes live, you would miss out on potential Iron Twins points. You would miss out on Faction Wars points. And you would miss out on Arena points, which are right here. Gold bars from Tag Team Arena battles. Now, that's not that many points, but still points. And you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get those points for your clan. This will be a personal rewards. So depending on your personal rewards tier, on my main account, I think I'm probably down to 4 this time. I was 5 last time. I've been up as high as 6, but been slacking lately. So I think I may have dropped to 4, possibly 3. But you want to make sure that you're winning during personal rewards so you can get these rewards. Otherwise, you could put 300,000 points up and get nothing. And then, of course, whatever your clan tier is at, you want to make sure you hit that maximum. So you want to contribute what you can to your clan. So I highly, highly, highly recommend putting in that work for this Clan v Clan and saving those resources before Clan v Clan goes live. The other thing there's a lot of news to talk about today, and I wasn't going to talk too much about some of it, but I think I will. So we do have this summon pool going on right now. Now, I am very anti-summon pool in general when it comes to champions. I'm probably even more anti someone like spending on this stuff. I don't recommend spending on this stuff at all. If you are a low spender, I know this is a free-to-play account, so obviously I'm not. However, I will do the tournament for this. Why? Because it's easy, and because I'm double dipping, and I'm going to get an opportunity for something good. Now, could I pull a soul for a champion I don't have and may never get? Absolutely. But I could just as easily pull one for Armance or Razelvarg or Godseeker, which would be really good for me. Right? There's quite a few options in here of champions that I could get souls on that would be really, really good for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, how do we do that? Well, the tournament is a Fire Knight tournament. It is an all epic tournament. It's honestly kind of easy. Now, I am lucky enough on this account to have an allure, which is kind of the secret sauce for this team to work. But my team is pretty basic. I'm only doing stage 20 Fire Knight. Got my all epic team. Seer clears the waves. Everybody else is just for turn meter control. I'll set it on super raids too. And you'll get to see the team. Nothing too crazy here. The only important things to note are that I am saving cooldowns for the fight after wave 2. And my main wave clear is Seer. So wave 2 is a little bit harder, but my team is fast enough because my speeds are pretty decent that I am able to get quite a few turns in and not take that much damage. We take a little bit there, but the reality is that Seer does her job just fine. Pairs very well with Ursula. I bring Ursula. She has decreased defense on the A1. We have decreased turn meter is what I meant to say on the A1. We have decreased turn meter on Allure. We have decreased turn meter on the A3 of Deacon, and that's on a 2-turn cooldown essentially because of the extra turn mechanic. I have a double hitter from Venomage, which is why I bring Venomage, and then Seer is for wave clear. So I have her big hit turned off on the boss fight. Now, we did get hit there. That's less than ideal. I have an ally attack champion, but I don't have one built. They're only level 50, and they're not geared. However, in my testing, when I first ran this team, we're totally fine. Allure, as long as Allure gets going, we're good. I think that first turn, I think we're always going to take one hit with the way this team is built, and then we just, our lockout now does the rest. Venomage does do quite a bit of damage here. I probably should, honestly, I change it to should, run Seer's A3 here just to do that extra damage. Since I'm not taking a hit, it would make sense. I always turn it off on bosses out of habit because, you know, you don't want to be without your buffs. But the reality is that all the buffs that I'm getting right now are survivability, and I don't need survivability because we're not letting him take a turn. We let him take, or we're not letting him take multiple turns. So I think I'll go ahead and change that and let her use her A3 on the boss fight there. So 2 bad pieces, but we did get points. We had 33 points towards the tournament. And that was off of, what, 32 energy? I think that would have been. Yeah. So about a point per energy. Looking pretty good there. That's my plan for all of my energy tonight. I am not going to spend any extra energy, meaning I'm still saving my potions and saving up this energy for future events that would excite me more. However, I will use whatever energy I generate over tonight. On that, you can also do this tournament tomorrow and double dip and get yourself Clan v Clan points. I had a bunch of energy saved up and needed to spend it, so I went ahead and did that, and that's why I progressed. But if you wanted to save up and do it tomorrow, that wouldn't be a terrible decision either. So that's an interesting event. Now, we also have news. I haven't really read through it thoroughly enough to get. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it anyways. Uh, I don't really know of a way. Will this work? Hang on. Yeah. I don't really have a way to pull up the Discord post, but um, basically there's in the Raid Shadow Legend Discord, they're talking about possibly changing Hydra. Um, because of some of the issues. So there are champions that are really good, but I don't think they want to nerf the champions. So they're talking about tweaking Hydra's overarching mechanics as a boss. They don't want to make drastic changes like capping damage and stuff in Hydra Clash. So yeah, there's a few interesting. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm a like you like you'd think a free to play player, right, would be excited to be able to be competitive in this realm, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to comment too much on it because it's not. It's all speculative at this point, right? We don't have any. They're talking about possible changes. A heads up as to what direction they prioritize to alleviate the issue, but they haven't said exactly what they're doing. So until they say that, I don't really think there's too much to comment on. Um, in-game news, we've got the Soul event, like I already talked about. That's kind of everything right now. I would love. There will likely be some type of incentive for shard pulling tomorrow. I don't know what that will be, but there will likely be some kind of an incentive. I'd say probably like a progressive chance. There's always a progressive, I think, when Clan B Clan's present. So we'll see if there's any champions worth going for there. But really, the only account that I have shards on are the free to play. The main account is pretty starved. As you can see, the main account is running its all rare team for the tournament. So, all right. Kind of a short video. Well, not too short, 22 minutes, so not too bad. Let me know in the comments who you think is the better nuker between them. Now, I've done a lot of comparing. I've looked at their damage output. So they're very close in range. I think technically Constantine in a vacuum does a little bit more damage than Supreme Alhain, but again, that is not fully accurate, right? That's just in a vacuum. Um, or however they chose to test the damage. I don't know what other mechanics they used in order to test that damage. But uh, I think I'm leaning toward. So I'm leaning toward Constantine for fun because I don't have him and I like think he looks cool. I'm leaning towards Supreme Alhain for practical use because she is possibly easier to build and can ignore a lot of big mechanics that I run into, like shields for one. Wait, was it shields? I know it's ally protect. I think ally protect, shields, and I want to see if I get this right. Ally protect, shields, and strengthen. Yeah. So she could ignore ultimate death knight's shields, right, and break through that. There is a chance that I'll see more ally protection champions as I progress higher, because on my main account I run into a lot of ally protect champions. So there's definitely uses for Supreme Alhain, but you could also make an argument for uses out of Constantine. Oh. So, and I've been working towards the Phenax because I wanted that to deny revival of champions. So I do want to build Phenax. You'll see I've already booked him because he can deny revival with the A2. Or sorry, the A1. Hmm. Definitely A lot to think about. A lot to think about. All right, I will call that a video. I'll have an update for you guys tomorrow about the tournament. And, oh, real quick, I do want to talk about the stream. What a stream we had today. Really, really happy. A bunch of new members signed up on the channel, but I really wanted to comment on the account takeover that I did. There was a lot of information relayed. Basically, we took over an account that was in really kind of hard shape. It was they had a really uphill battle because they had made some ill-advised decisions early on the account, and it was super informative about like things that, oh, hey, you should have done this, hey, you should have done that, like that sort of stuff. So there was a lot to be learned on that account for any player. I know that there has been a request for me to go back and edit those. I feel like I have to do a lot of editing on those. I could just upload that segment. Maybe I'll do that. But it is a bit more work for me. So, and I don't know that the demand is high enough for those. And I've said this before, but I'm very anxious about putting that out there because, I'm saying one thing and the community could, or not my community, but viewers could think that that I should go do another thing, and that could result in a lot of kickback. I found that out when I had a video that blew up for whatever reason. A regular mundane free-to-play video blew up with like 1,200 views, and everybody in the comments was just destroying me, and it was like, ugh. So who knows if I know you guys want me to release those, and I think I helped. I think I gave good info, and I'm happy to do it again. But if you're looking for an account takeover or anything like that, I do offer it for members of the channel. That's all I ask, is become a member, and I'll hop on your account. I'll let you know my opinions, my thoughts. They may not be the right ones, they may not be the best ones, but they're mine. And hopefully I can help you guys find similar success to what I've found on the free-to-play and the main account. But all right, guys, I am going to call that a video now, for real this time. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. If you'd like to support me and help my content reach a larger audience, don't forget to click that like button. That's one of the things that will really help promote the video a lot more. And I think a lot of people, myself included, when I watch other content creators, I do forget to press that button quite often. So this is your reminder. If you could do that for me, it does help me out. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.